Hello, my name is Matthias Kavodic. Welcome guys to my channel. Today we're going to talk about Thunderbolts issues 106 to 109, written by Fabian Nicieza and art by Tom Grummet. And actually, this is the end of this creative team on the series. After this, we're going to sort of get like a relaunch of the Thunderbolts, where we're going to have Norman Osborn's Thunderbolts team. That had a totally different feel. Like, it was really awesome. Also, I had a lot of fun with that, but the tone was very different compared to what Nicieza was going for on this run. And in general, the run, I liked it. At moments, it was like overly complicated with some really convoluted story arcs. Like, I know when Baron Zemo pops up in the story, you're in for those type of things, like Zemo and Kang. That's always the case. But the whole series was building up to the fact that Zemo was building up this army, in this case, an army of villains, with the Thunderbolts too. Like, Zemo took advantage of the superhero initiative and amassed this incredibly large army of villains to help him battle the Grandmaster, with both characters, Zemo and Grandmaster, trying to take control of these wellsprings, plural, power that they're all across the globe, and whoever is able to control the power of the wellsprings basically becomes like a god. It's your typical MacGuffin situation. So the Thunderbolts, during this whole situation and during this whole run, they would tussle quite a bit against the Squadron Supreme, who are the enforcers for the Grandmaster. And the weird thing is, like, some of the members of Squadron Supreme were on the Thunderbolts and defect to the Squadron Supreme and then go back to the Thunderbolts. It gets sort of complicated. And then Joystick, who's on the Thunderbolts, was never on the Squadron Supreme, actually joins Grandmaster and betrays the rest of her team. But the thing what happens in these final issues, where we have the end of the story, the climax, I sort of feel like Nicieza sort of jumps the shark. You get the final battle between Thunderbolts, Squadron Supreme, Zemo versus Grandmaster, and one of the final wellspring that has amassed all the power, concentrated all of it, explodes. Everyone on Earth has powers now. Everyone's flying around. There's utter chaos. Zemo's using the initiative villains as crowd control, trying to keep people in check, but everyone's losing their shit. They're flying around, causing trouble. Like during this final part of the story and to the build-up, when Zemo's building up his army, that Dr. Octopus sort of becomes like the leader, and he's like the only smart one and the only one really focused on trying to get things to work. The thing is, like, there's too much chaos, there's too much craziness. We have Zemo that he's already insanely powerful. He has 2 moonstones, so he's like Cosmic Zemo. And obviously at the end of it all, the Thunderbolts are able to save the day, but they don't trust Zemo. They actually betray him. Zemo falls into one of these well springs. He starts falling through time. After this series, we're going to get a Zemo miniseries where he meets all of his ancestors and he goes through time and stuff like that. That the first issues were fantastic, and the conclusion to it was just terrible. It was really bad for some reason. I think it was probably written by Nicieza. It feels like he just totally dropped the ball on that. No, like, Nicieza goes bonkers on this one. It's a good conclusion. It's just, for me, this whole thing with everyone on Earth having powers and the whole pandemonium and stuff like that, it just wasn't my cup of tea. I found myself sort of skimming through those pages just to finish the story. But this is the end of the run. There's like one last issue after this final story arc where we get the return of Moonstone, and she's going to be on the next lineup of the Thunderbolts. So I'm going to leave it here. New Thunderbolts in general, it was a lot of fun, even though the conclusion is, it totally jumped the shark. But I'm not going to trade this series away. By no means. It's going to stay completely intact. And I have a lot of fond memories, because I remember when I got all these issues and the particular time when these came out. So hope you guys liked it. See you guys next time. Bye.